The following is a presentation of Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.
Hey everyone, it is Community Matters here from Studio Audrain, and I'm your host Matt Pilger. Behind the camera, our producer Sky Strauss. Joining us today is the Sheriff of Audrain County, Matt Oller. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks for the invite and good morning.
Glad to have you here. We chat about community matters here. One thing that people may be aware of, maybe not. August, a new law took effect. A lot of people refer to it as the silent pursuit law. I believe it allows law enforcement to chase a vehicle without their lights on. Am I explaining that right?
Sometimes our legislators do things that leave us scratching our head and we really don't understand why or what they're trying to accomplish, and this is one of those things. Previously, the statute required an emergency vehicle to have flashing red and blue or a combination thereof lights and be sounding an audible siren. I'm not sure what the motivation is or what circumstance brought this piece of legislation about, but it's really difficult to know you're being chased if the red and blue lights and the siren aren't on. Our agency is not going to entertain anything about this. Our policy is very specific. And, driving in an emergency mode in a patrol car is dangerous, right? So those lights and that siren, not only do they tell the motoring public that they need to move out of the way and we're coming and we've got an emergency, it also serves to remind that deputy. That siren in their ear serves to remind them that they need to pay attention to what they're doing. So again, I don't even know what the motivation for this was.
Absolutely. And I've talked to a couple of sheriffs around Missouri about this, and they're saying, one reason too why they wouldn't implement it is because insurance policies might not even cover something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our insurance carrier would probably frown if we were trying to say we were running an emergency without running an emergency, because it just, I don't know what sense it makes.
Yeah. One other thing that has been going around is Governor Kehoe announced Blue Shield communities. That is something that Audrain County applied for. And as I understand it, some grant money has been awarded. Tell us about that.
We did. So the Blue Shield communities that had been awarded Blue Shield status were eligible to apply for grants for various things up to $50,000. So we applied and we were granted the full $50,000. So part of that is going to pay for data transfer for our CGIS terminals and our patrol cars. So we have to pay for that data transfer. Basically it's kind of like a cell phone bill, right?
Sure.
So that, I think we pay right now about $21,000 a year toward being able to have that. So that'll pay for that and free up that money. We also applied for to upgrade our body-worn cameras, which we started using body-worn cameras in 2018. So these are 8 years old. They're getting a little long in the tooth. So it's time to start thinking about upgrading those. We were awarded money to fund that project. And we were also awarded, I think, $10,000 and some change for our Celebrite, which is a digital forensic gathering tool that we use to gather forensic digital evidence off of cell phones, computers, things like that. That's basically a subscriber fee, just like the data transfer. The hard equipment will be the body cameras.
Very nice. Harvest season recently ended. How did everything go there? I know that there's a lot of big tractors out on the road. Everybody's safe during harvest season.
I think so. Yeah, I know there were a few combine fires, which you see those every year, and some folks lost combines. But for our crew, it was long this year. I think I'm in my 18th year now.
Wow.
of helping a neighbor bring in harvest, and this year seemed to be one of the longest. Now I'm getting older too, right? So maybe that's got something to do with it, but it seemed like the weather didn't really cooperate super well. You'd have days where you'd get a couple hours in, and then just enough rain would come to knock you out for the rest of the day. So you'd basically waste a whole day moving stuff and do it a little bit, and then all of a sudden, and it wasn't even forecasted, right? You look at the forecast and you go, today's going to be great, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes a rain shower, and you're like, man,
just my luck.
yes.
Right.
So, but yeah, we finally made it through, and it just seemed long, but I think, when I drive around the county and look around, there's still a few standing crops, but for the most part, folks have hustled and got their stuff out. And I've not heard of any, other than the combine fires, I've not heard of anything detrimental to the harvest.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, we appreciate you stopping by. We'll have you in again soon, and thanks for coming out.
I appreciate it, Matt. Thank you.
He is Audrain County Sheriff Matt Oller, our guest today on Community Matters at Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.